Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post. Elon Musk sent a letter last night, apparently, to the board of Twitter saying he will buy the company for $44 billion if they will agree to it, which they kind of have no reason to not agree to it because, well, they already approved selling the company to Elon Musk for him buying it for $44 billion. The Twitter shareholders voted. This is from September 13th. They approved the sale. They approved the deal, even though he was still suing to prevent the deal from taking place. But it looks like he's decided to settle. And as of now, he's made a proposal to acquire the company as agreed. And, why he would do this, the whole situation has been a little odd. I mean, obviously, Elon Musk is not big on woke Twitter. He's not big on having one side of a conversation being presented. And when I say woke, that's really what I'm talking about. Social justice, representation, whatever, that's all part of it. But the whole part of it is the one-sided communication, the one-sided narrative of propaganda of, look, there's only one right way and there can be no discussion about this right way. You can't criticize it. And that's not something he's a fan of. Now, I don't know what the world will turn into as a result of Elon Musk saying, hey, I'll just buy Twitter because I've got money. But at least you'll see two sides of a conversation. But it's so odd because here he is. He's kind of involved in everything that's important. And I don't know how it's worked out that way because he certainly is busy enough to not be involved in all these social issues. But it must be part of some overall plan he has. Going back to just yesterday, literally just yesterday, he set the world on fire. See the fire? He set the world on fire because he proposed a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. Was it a good peace deal or a bad peace deal? It's a peace deal. I mean, the people who are involved in the war obviously ought to be talking about peace. It kind of goes without saying, war is not good. But when he did the poll, it was starting to become clear that a lot of people did support what he was saying, but at the same time, it was also, at least as far as Musk was concerned, clear that it was being attacked by bots. So that, Twitter or whoever controls, and be honest, it probably is Twitter corporate or someone they approve of, can adjust these polls any way they want to, either by having bots attack the poll or just by internally increasing, a yes or a no vote or decreasing a yes or a no vote. There's no checking of it. There's no, auditing of the system. It's whatever Twitter says it is. This is an important subject. The issue of the war in Ukraine is a very important subject, right? And it's something Elon Musk is obviously thinking about. It's something a lot of us are thinking about because it could result in nuclear war, which certainly affects everybody. In addition to that, there have been other subjects, whether it's the gender disputes and the surgeries and things like that. That's another thing that, there's supposed to only be one side of and no discussion of. And I think it's finally come down to the point where Elon Musk has looked at it and said, well, I mean, he's overpaying. There's no question he's overpaying. He knew there were bots on Twitter as well in the first place. But I think what we've been subjected to is Elon Musk's kind of thinking process, at least a percentage of it, of how he goes about making decisions and seeing how people respond and seeing how other companies respond and also seeing what he can get away with. He's not a regular average guy. He definitely does things, in his own way. But he is going to destroy the one-sided nature of conversations on Twitter. He's also going to destroy suspending people for thinking the wrong things or saying the wrong things or shadow banning people. He's not going to permit that. None of this is likely to change, in the next 2 weeks or anything prior to the upcoming elections. But prior to 2024, it's going to change. Now, Twitter could still push back. They don't have to accept his offer. They could ask for additional damages or something like that. But it's not likely they would. because the history of this judge, I know a little bit about the background. The history of the judge is basically one where she pushes for settlements, and this is not something to not settle. This is just like, well, you asked him to close and do the deal and give you the money. He's offered to close and do the deal and give you the money. So what do you want to charge him? $100 million in legal fees and damages? That's not going to change much for Elon Musk. I've also wondered, like, something very odd happened in the beginning of all this, where he bought approximately 9% or whatever it was of the company. He got major shareholders on board with him so that he had control of, I'm going to guess, around 40%, 35 to 40% of the company, with the major shareholders saying, yeah, Elon, we're with you. And then Twitter, through some court wranglings in their home state of Delaware, did what's called a poison pill. Long story short, it just meant Elon and his team would be prevented from buying more stock, because if they did, then Twitter was going to issue free stock to the other people who had the stock, which would make it basically impossible or incredibly expensive to acquire that 51% of the company between Elon and the people who supported Elon to basically have control of Twitter as a public company. What was strange was, it was strange that, because companies do that to defend themselves. That's not strange. What was strange was Elon Musk not trying to get the poison pill ever removed, because it would have cost him very little money relatively to then buy some additional shares or have some other major shareholder buy shares and kind of get on the Elon team. Much less money than all this debt and all of this extra Tesla stock he has to offer as collateral for loans and things like that, or sell potentially. Although he did sell a bunch of Tesla stock just to close this deal. I think it was net to him another $9 billion or $10 billion worth of stock. But the poison pill would have made it easy. The other thing is, Elon Musk's public company, Tesla, does extremely well every time he makes an announcement. People just love his personality and his vision and his way, and whatever he's doing, he's able to drive his stock up very easily. So it's surprising to see. I was surprised to see he didn't pursue, like, well, listen, let's make a deal, just get rid of the stupid poison pill, because that would mean less money out of his pocket. And then also, as long as he was promoting the stock like he does with Tesla, he'd be able to kind of get the stock value up and kind of get all of his money out and still control the whole company. He has said privately that, or he has said that he wants to take the company private. It's not privately. He wants the company to not be publicly traded anymore while he redoes what he wants to do with the company. I don't know if he's going to continue to do that or not. It looks like he probably would take the company private. And then the investors would go along with him, the ones that wanted to go along with him, and the other ones he'd give the cash to. But it looks like he wants to end the argument, and he's just saying, hey, listen, I'm going to give you the money. You're going to give me the company. And I don't know what he's going to do to them when he gets into the actual data and the workings of Twitter like he's been wanting to, and finds that, yes, they probably run a tremendous amount of bots for influence purposes. And when you talk about what influence purposes, well, I mean, they're talking about freaking nuclear war over here. You know what I'm saying? And Germany, for example, supposedly there are a lot of people in Germany who do believe that the United States was involved in bombing the pipelines in that from Russia that led to Germany. And that's going to cause tremendous problems. I don't know what's true or not true, but I assume that's something that you can't really talk about openly, especially not in Germany, and because they don't have First Amendment there. But you can't really talk about it openly on Twitter, I'm sure. So that's all going to change. Now, it doesn't mean that the world's going to be a perfect place. Elon Musk is involved. He has his own vision of what the future of humanity is supposed to be. And it may not be anywhere near what we would like it to be. So God only knows exactly what he's planning to do. He's got his Neuralink stuff, which is for chip implants in people's brains. He's making robots over at Tesla, although the robots don't look that great, especially not compared with Boston Dynamics, which look absolutely terrifying. But who knows what robots he's really made? He seems like he's got secrets, this guy. I don't know what you think of all this, but let me know what you think as always in the comments below. I do appreciate it. I'm going to cover issues that are not related to comics occasionally. This is one of them. This could change a lot of what we see in our world. And at least if there are two sides to a conversation, so that there can be a narrative and then a counter narrative so people can say what they think. I mean, in the United States, we believe in the First Amendment, being able to express yourself, and then also letting the best argument win. Maybe we'll actually get that. I think that would be something great. All right, please do subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.